Hello, viewers. Thank you for stopping by on this YouTube channel. I'm a motivational speaker. You will see my name on the screen or at the end of this content that's been created. Today, I'll be speaking on the topic how to get what you want and need. Understand that man's wants are insatiable, but man also has a need. For instance, buying of shoes, cars, and what have you, all these are wants. But when we talk about need, we have what is called basic needs. Right from childhood, we've been taught the basic needs of life or the basic necessities of life, which is what? We have what? Shelter, food, and what? Clothing. These three are very essential, and so we'll call them what? Needs. Every other thing that you seek to acquire in life are more or less wants. So today I will be giving us 8 principles that you can apply that will enable you get whatever you want and need. As a matter of fact, I want to encourage you that even if you have wants, go for the needs. And when we talk about want, what is a want? A want is a desire to have or do something. But what is a need? A need is something that is very important, that is essential for you. So if, for instance, I choose on my own to buy a car, or I choose to travel overseas, or I choose to buy a new cloth that seems to be in vogue, when you see it and you like it, automatically you already have what is called a want because you're desiring to have what I have. But the point is, do you know why I decided to buy that cloth? The reason might be that it is a need to me because I might be going for an interview that determines that kind of material. So any human being who desires a certain thing without looking at it critically to know if it should be a need rather than a want, then you might be missing your track. So I want to encourage you to go for your need more than what you call what your want. Now, to start with, I'd like to mention that you should create a vision. Anybody who wants to get what he actually needs, not just want, you must have what is called a vision. You create a vision. Why do I say create? Create means to bring into existence certain things that might not be in existence. For instance, if you go to the Bible told us that in the earth it was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the day. But Christ said what? Rather, God Almighty said, let there be light, and there was light. Before that time, it was darkness. There was no sight of light. But when God said, let there be light, light appeared. So in other words, God himself created light, which was not in existence before now. And it began to serve the value to counter the power of darkness that was at work. In the same way, your life might be in a confused state, or you might want to succeed in life, but you don't know the direction that your life should take. The first thing I'll encourage you, the first principle is what? Create a vision. What is a vision? What you have in mind to achieve as far as that need is in line with whatever be your desire. So if you don't create it, nobody will create it for you. I have my vision, you have your vision, so you must create it, even if it is not in existence. There are a lot of things that are happening today in this modern society that 20 years back were not in existence. Facebook was not in existence. When we talk about Tesla, electric car, all these were not in existence, but it was existing in the imagination until some person decided to create them, to bring them into reality. So you also have the ability and capability to create your vision. The second point I want to mention is that you have to write the vision. One thing you will know, creating it can be in the mind, but until you write it, you cannot give it concrete reality. Whatever is written, the Bible says what is written is written. The essence of writing it is to make it real to you. You might be carrying 1,000 ideas in your head. Until you pen it down, it will not become real. Now that's the second point. So when you write the vision, it becomes real to you, and you begin to meditate on it, look at it, and the more you begin to meditate on that idea which you have created, now written down, you will begin to see connected ideas, and before long it will become a reality, and you'll be prompted to do one or two things to make it a reality. Now the third point you will have to bear in mind is that you have to set goals. There is no how you will create a vision, write it down, and not set a goal. What is a goal? A goal is a predetermined unit of work or task you wish to achieve towards achieving that particular vision of yours. In other words, when you have a vision, you must be able to allot a certain amount of time or a unit of work for you to be able to achieve it. Whatever you seem to be seeing today in reality didn't just appear. There are certain steps that we're taking one after the other. And one of such steps is that when you on your own are able to set a goal, you can set what is called daily goals or weekly goals or monthly goals. You can also have yearly goals. In Japan, for instance, they have a vision of a 120-year goal. Now, you might be wondering, how can it be possible for us to have 120 years vision? The truth is, the future you are talking about, you have to create it and you have to work towards it. So if you choose on your own to say, I will choose to write a book 1 hour every day, you're already setting a goal. The next point I want to mention, which is the fourth point on the fourth principle you will apply for you to get whatever you want to desire, is that you should what? Set a deadline. Anything you do, any goal you set that there is no deadline, naturally you will laze about. What do I mean? If you wake up in the morning, a lot of things are bound to draw your attention. But if you tell yourself that you have a goal, you have a target, you must finish whatever you have decided to what to do within the next 2 hours or within the next 2 weeks, then you will see that all nature, your capacity and ability, the entire body system you have will begin to work towards that goal. So until you set a deadline, know that naturally any goal you have can take 1,000 years to achieve. It can take 1 month to achieve. But when you set a deadline, you write it down. This project of writing a book or this idea of gaining a six-pack or what have you, I will do it between the next 3 months. Now, those 3 months will now become a deadline that you have set. So each time you wake up, you begin to take predetermined goals step by step, 1 hour every day to work towards that 6 months goal you have set for yourself or a deadline. And by so doing, you'll discover you will achieve it. That is why you'll see that even when we have our football players, the professional players, they have a deadline. When they have set a goal, the next match will be taking place in the month of, say, October. You'll see that they will have what is called predetermined goals. We are going to meet in the camp. We are going to train for 1 hour every day or 2 hours every day, so that we'll now also play a friendly match between now and the month of perhaps September, while the real match will take place in October. These are all forms of trying to set a deadline to be able to achieve that vision that has been what? Created. The fifth point I'm going to mention is that you have to develop a sense of urgency. Why will you develop a sense of urgency? Anything that you don't develop a sense of urgency will naturally be dead on arrival. What do I mean? When you wake up every morning and you say, this thing must be done under next 1 hour. I must write my book for every 1 hour every morning. You will discover that when you sleep, you will be eager to wake up as at 4 o'clock to write it. Perhaps you decide to write from 4 to 5 or from 5 to 6 before you begin to go about your normal activities in the day. When you have this sense of urgency, naturally people that will come in order to distract you one way or the other, you will have to put a stop to whatever they are. Therefore, in other words, because you have a goal, you have a target, you have set a deadline, you want them to discuss. If the discussion is not relevant, then you will either leave them and go and continue with your project. That is how to set what? A sense of urgency. So when you have a sense of urgency, your internal clock will definitely be prompting you, go to work because you have a deadline. The sixth point which I want to mention is that you have to take action. Anything you say will definitely not come to pass unless you take action. Things will not move unless you move. So I want to encourage you, whatever vision you have created, whatever way you have written it, in any manner or form you have set the goals, in any manner or form you have set a deadline, in any manner or form you have developed a sense of urgency, you must also do what? Discipline yourself to take action. Until you take action, nothing will move. For instance, I've told myself that I'm going to make this video, and that is why I've taken the action to make you see what you are hearing right now. And as you're hearing me and you are seeing me, you will know automatically that what I'm already getting what I want, and most importantly what I need, because it is part of my desire to make what videos. But it's more important to me because I want to impact the lives of people around, as many that will care to listen to my own motivational talk. So that is the essence of what we're talking about. Until you take action, nothing will what come out fruitful. So act and then things will begin to what to happen. The eighth point, which of course is the final one for now, is that you have to discipline yourself to follow through. What is discipline? Making yourself to do what you must do, either you feel like it or not. If I didn't discipline myself to make this content, irrespective of whatever I want to do for the day, this video will not be out for you to listen to. So I want to encourage you, whatever way you need to get certain things, make sure you desire what is what very important to you, which is what you need. When you work on how to get what you need, you will see yourself succeeding. I see you succeeding, having taken time to listen to this video. You can like, share, or subscribe. God bless you until we see some other time.